Kia ora and welcome along to the Met Service Severe Weather Update for today, Wednesday the 25th of October. Now as we go through the rest of today, Wednesday into Thursday, we are set to see some wet weather back on towards the western coast, some strengthening winds across the eastern side of the South Island, and as we head through the nighttime Thursday into Friday, cold air and snow back with us for parts of the South Island. So we are looking at a fair bit of severe weather to come over the next few days, mainly on the South Island, but even up on towards parts of the North Island as well. We'll start off by taking a look at how things are set to pan out as we head through this afternoon, Wednesday through to Thursday. That heavy rainfall pushing through on towards that western coast of Fiordland and Westland, and then filling across into the likes of the Canterbury and Otago headwaters as well. Embedded in that, some fairly hefty thunderstorms as well, giving some pretty intense bursts of rainfall as we head through the daytime. Ahead of that, we've got some stronger northwesterly winds, perhaps reaching severe gale in the most exposed areas. And you can see the return of that white stuff behind these systems. That cold air is back with us, and we will find some snowfall. So it'll bring with it its own problems, some snow watches in place for the southern parts of the country, and also some road snowfalls for those higher passes as well. But we can see where we're going to find the heaviest rainfall on these rainfall accumulation charts. You can see on that western coast of the South Island, places like Fiordland and Westland, like I say, some thunderstorms to watch out for. Rainfall totals could be as much as 130 to 150 millimetres of rainfall through some of those western parts, particularly up towards that main divide. And with those strong northwesterlies as well, we will find some of that rain pushing across in towards parts of Canterbury and Otago as well, and some of those thunderstorms making their way across in towards that eastern side of the South Island as well. So we have got some severe weather warnings in place for that rainfall, which start as early as this evening for Wednesday and run through in towards Thursday, mainly on that western side of the South Island. But you can see as well, we've got some of those warnings as well, just on the eastern side of the main divide as well. Head along to the Met Service website for the latest information and the watches and warnings times in your area. Now, as we go through, we'll also find the cold air runs back across us. So we're all going to find our temperatures a lot colder as we head through towards the end of the week, Thursday into Friday. That cold air stretches right up and across New Zealand. The combination of that cold air and that moisture, the showery weather, will be bringing some snowfall as well. So we have some snow watches in place down in the far south, parts of Fiordland, Southland, Clutha and Otago as well. Now, the heaviest snowfall will be above about 300 metres, but we will find that snow perhaps even down to sea level as well. So it is one to watch out for, and we will all find a bitterly cold day with those strong winds accompanying those temperatures. It really will be something to watch out for. If you plan to travel, do keep an eye on the road snowfall warnings as well. We've got warnings in place for not only parts of those higher passes, but also places like the Milford Road, the Crown Range Road, and also that State Highway 1 around Dunedin as well. So do keep a close eye on the forecast, especially for these road snowfalls overnight Thursday into Friday. But we're all going to find Friday is a much colder feeling day. To put that into context, temperatures on Thursday for Dunedin into the 20s and struggling into double figures on Friday. As with we've covered the snow and the rainfall, we'll keep an eye on the winds as well. Ahead of these features moving up from the south, you can see those northwesterlies, the purple colours showing the strongest winds to places like the Canterbury High Country, also up in towards parts of Marlborough, Wellington and the Wairarapa. So we have got some strong wind warnings for those regions as well. The strongest winds likely to be through the Canterbury High Country, where we could find gusts of wind, perhaps even reaching 130 kilometres an hour as we go through Wednesday into Thursday. And those winds themselves reaching severe gale in the most exposed areas as well. You can also see we've got another warning out there for Wellington, Wairarapa and the Marlborough Sounds. That's really as we head through towards Thursday. And watches as well for parts of Southland, Otago, up in towards the rest of the Canterbury Plains and in towards Marlborough and even up in towards those southern parts of Hawke's Bay as well. So there is plenty happening as we go through the next couple of days. And it's worth saying we could well find some pretty severe weather as we head in towards the weekend across those northern parts of the country as well. So it's well worth keeping up to date with the forecast and with all the latest on those watches and warnings. For all the information on your area and those timings and how they will impact you, head along to metservice.com.